All right, and Mr. Locke, where's your client?
Sure.
All right, and do you have a copy of your, you said occupational license? I don't have that. I have the motion to modify conditions of community supervision. I'll just come around.
We showed that to the state prior
Okay.
this morning.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
Can I bring Mr. Wilson up here?
Just 1 second. Let me read this real quick. So he's currently on probation out of this court?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they're pulling the file for me. All right, does he have his new driver's license?
Well,
Because it shows on here that it expired.
All he has to renew. He has to schedule an appointment to renew it. There aren't any other holes on the driver's
All right,
license.
so I tell you what, once he renews his driver's license, just come in anytime and I'll take the occupational license up. All right,
Thank you. And I can confirm that real quick.
sure. Tell him to renew the license now. You either have to have your birth certificate or a passport. Yeah, those are the rules now. All right, so then the other issue is the modification of conditions of community supervision.
so he was on full house arrest, and when we were here and he was put on full house arrest,
Mhm.
the court mentioned maybe a 30-day full house arrest. It's been much longer than that now, with the holidays and everything.
Okay. Have you all conferred with probation?
I have conferred with probation.
All right. Just 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. No. On Jason Andrew Wilson. They're going to be asking that GPS be removed. Do you have any? That's what they're going to be asking. Is that correct?
We would like it removed completely, yes, Your Honor.
So,
Charles, can you give me like 2 minutes?
sure. All right. If you guys will step back and probation will look into that. And then Norma, on this case, with regards to the occupational license, their client needs to get a updated license first before his license has expired. So before,
I had already said it. Barbara?
Okay. Yeah. But so his license has expired. So once he gets his license renewed, then I'll consider this. All right. So they'll come back with a new date on that. So the only thing we're going to hear on this today is the GPS.
So look, hold on.
Well, just let her know that his license has expired.
Oh, I'm being state. You're in Dina? Just replace it.
Is there anyone who's ready?
Anthony, I need your application for probation.
Who is your client?
Oh, Devin Strike.
All right, sure. As soon as, just let them hand me the file and I'll take it up. Devin Strike.
Don't know if you got the email done. Yeah. That's what I think we're trying to.
All right, your client was late for court.
Oh, my apologies, Your Honor.
My lift was delayed.
All right, so you're gonna have to make sure that you're on time for court, you understand?
No.
All right, so where are we on the mental health
I
court?
don't know. I don't know if Ms. Ferguson's here to give us an update.
All right, just give us a moment, because I know he was waitlisted.
Yes, Your Honor. And I think we reset it for a month or so to see if we can hopefully make some progress on that.
Have they had any contact with you? Let me see. Norma, on Devon Strike, do you know if they have seen him for mental health court? All right, so we're gonna find out.
For him, but I can, you can call Michelle right now.
Okay.
That was in October.
Mm-hmm. If you can call her and see where he is on the list.
Sure.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna find out
Yes, ma'am.
and then we'll,
You want us to sit back down?
yes,
Okay,
if you just wait, this shouldn't take that long.
Yes, ma'am.
It is. Yes. Sure, thank you.
You can't count or count running water.
See if you have any objections to that, but they say federal pretrial has approved it. Hi,
Hello, Judge, I'm back.
hi, and what is your client's name?
Mark Hernandez, Judge, that was the early term that's segued into something else.
You want to bring him up?
Yes,
What does it segue
Hello. All right. You asked for early termination.
Yes,
You told me you would be negative
I thought I would have been negative too.
because when did you use?
Well, like I told my attorney, I didn't use, it's just been around a bunch of my family members who've been using during the holidays.
I
Well,
explained to him that one of the conditions of probation is to not be around people engaging in that activity.
nothing says Christmas, I guess.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah. Your family members, if they're using marijuana around you, you probably shouldn't be around them. So who are these people who are using marijuana during the holidays?
It's like my brother-in-law's.
Yeah, you can't be around them.
Sorry about
And you should tell your brother, thanks a lot. I'm now not being terminated early because I'm testing positive for marijuana. All right, Bashan, on Mr. Hernandez, if you can have him tested for levels.
That's what I was gonna ask, Judge.
Okay. Within the probation's discretion. Is there anything else you need from the court?
this time.
Counsel, anything else you need?
No, no, Judge,
All right.
no.
You can't use marijuana when you're on probation. It's not allowed. All right. Before you leave, just speak with probation.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Let me ask you.
Okay.
Can you write his number down?
Yeah.
They're gonna try to set him, they're gonna call him. He was on the waiting list, Judge, so I was trying to verify his phone number so they can give him a call. for next
Okay.
week.
Okay. So this one was-
All right, Norman, here is this on Pacheco.
Oh, he's here, Judge, he was just asking about it.
All right, Mr. Pacheco, come forward.
He went to the back.
All right.
That's his number. We are ready on Mr. Wilson.
Okay.
It's on the-
In right now.
All right. Mr. Pacheco, come forward. Hi.
Hello.
All right. All right. You'll be allowed to travel, but you're gonna have to UA upon a return.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. So when are you coming back?
Monday,
All right.
Monday night, because I gotta be back here in court Tuesday. morning.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Yes, you will be allowed to go.
Okay, thank you. Could I get a copy? They'll send me a copy or?
Yes, we'll give you a copy right now. Just give me a moment.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Mr. Pacheco.
Okay, can you ask if Ryan is available by phone on Tuesday at 10 o'clock?
This is Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday at 10 a.m. Will you be around? Okay, 10 o'clock Tuesday. No.
Yes,
All right, and then,
Mr. Riggs. Yes, he said 10 o'clock on Tuesday. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Is that the file?
yes, I do. So he's gonna be interviewed at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. on Tuesday.
Tuesday. So when do you want to bring this back? Let's do about a month, maybe.
I'm looking at Mark.
February,
February.
that works.
All right, we'll come back on February 15th. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Are we excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I need to run to 6. I'll be right back. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, and then Shannon, I'm so sorry. We'll take you up right after we finish with the interpreter.
See you later, asking.
Okay, all right, thank you. Hi. It is for Orlando and Dino. Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. Okay, does he need an immigration, does he need an interpreter?
Judge, I
Does he-
guess so, just to know what's going on.
All right, because you just spoke with me, but okay. All right.
I'm sorry, I was here for an MTR, Judge, I'm here for an MTR.
All
So
right.
I don't have this information.
Oh, no, no,
I just
it's-
read this.
We're not on the record for this, but I'll give you the information. It's 2022 CR 2436. And it's Orlando Andino, Andino.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
Sure. So where are we on this case?
Your Honor, just an update. So it seems like there is an agreement that's been not filed, but I guess agreed to by the parties. But I'm still waiting on the Padilla letter from the immigration attorney. I've been in contact with Ms. Teresa Padilla Coles,
Mhm.
who's been the immigration attorney.
Mhm.
But she has not given me the Padilla letter.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting on that judge to go forward.
Are you okay with me texting her and saying,
Sure.
where's the,
Judge, I had emailed her yesterday on another defendant,
Mhm.
asking if she can take the defendant that you want for child.
Mhm.
support. She said yes, but she said she was working on 2 other ones, so she was still working.
Okay,
I don't know if that helped or what.
all right. Can you mute us for one moment? All right. And who is the person? Is it Arturo Lopez who needs the interpreter?
It's Mr.
Arroyo.
Arroyo. Arroyo.
Carlos.
Carlos Arroyo.
Okay.
All right, Arojo. I'm sorry, Aurora.
Arroyo.
I'm sorry, I can't roll my R's.
Arroyo.
You all know what I mean. I'm working on my rolling my R's.
I have two witnesses in the back. Should I call them up now?
Yes. All right, are you all ready? Is this the one that needs immigration? I mean, sorry, that needs an interpreter?
Yes.
All right, yes.
He doesn't need an interpreter. His
The-
mother does.
Oh, the witnesses do. Okay.
One witness.
All right, court is calling 2019 CR 13237, State of Texas versus Carlos Ricardo Arrojo. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state defense?
Howdy, Joe Stenberg, representing the defendant.
And are you Carlos Arrojo?
Yes, sir.
Going to show you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Carlos Ricardo Arrojo who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 13237 for the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle on May 6, 2020 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 18 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Carlos Ricardo Arroyo is then and there failed to report weekly to the supervision officer for the weeks of March 28th, April 1st, April 4th through the 8th, April 11th through April 15th, April 18th through the 22nd, April 25th through the 29th, May 2nd to the 6th, May 9th to the 13th, May 16th to the 20th, May 23rd to the 27th, May 30th to June 3rd, June 6th to June 10th, June 13th to June 17th, June 20th to June 24th, 2022, in violation of condition number 18.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor,
She needs to hear him.
Oh, sure.
Your Honor, the state waives all the violations.
Any objections?
No.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 18? That's okay. Court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Knowing that you still wish to plead true to violation of condition 18,
Yeah.
Yes.
court will find violation of condition number 18 true. Is there an agreement?
No, Your Honor, I think both, we're all both in go with the court.
All right. Any witnesses?
I have two.
All right, if you'll call your first witness and if you'll call the one that needs the interpreter first.
Okay. There you are. I don't have my glasses on. Now,
Thank you. All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
No juro. I swear.
All right, you can lower your hand. We have an interpreter here. If the interpreter, if you could raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Norma Nero.
All right, defense.
Howdy. Your relationship to this gentleman, he's your son, right?
Sí, yes.
And right now, as far as your history goes, you're taking care of your mama, correct?
Sí, yes.
And you're familiar with the fact that I think it was 2020, your son blew out his right knee, could not use his right knee.
Sí, yes.
And he could not work for a while, is that correct?
Sí, yes.
And then another time after that, that same knee gave out on him and he could not work again. Remember that one?
Misma rodilla también le empezó a fallar y ya no pudo trabajar de nuevo. ¿Recuerda eso? Sí, yes.
But other
Pero-
than that,
Aparte
since
de
he's been
eso,
on probation,
desde que ha
he's
estado en probation,
been working, right?
él ha estado trabajando. Sí, yes.
He's had different jobs,
Ya ha tenido
and
diferentes
like one he lost because he hurt, that's when he hurt his knee.
Él perdió el trabajo porque se lastimó la rodilla, ¿correcto? Sí, yes.
And then when the knee gave out on him again,
Cuando
it's
la rodilla se lastimó de nuevo,
he lost his job
él
because he
perdió
lost
su
over a week
trabajo
worth of work.
porque perdió más de una semana de trabajo, ¿correcto? Sí, yes.
But since then, he's been
Pero
working
desde
like
entonces,
almost 40
ha estado
or
trabajando
40 plus hours a
de
week.
40 o más de 40 horas por semana. Sí, yes.
And he hasn't gotten in any trouble
Y
with the
él no se
law.
ha
Is
metido en
that correct?
problemas con la ley, ¿eso es correcto?
No se ha metido, no.
No, he hasn't.
And y'all met by y'all,
Y
his kind of like wife. I say
ustedes,
kind of like they
ella
live together
es
like they're
como su
husband and wife.
esposa, porque viven juntos como marido y mujer. Sí, yes.
And that was in December of
Eso fue en
2021, is that correct?
2021, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
And they lived with you all for a while,
Y también vivieron con usted por un tiempo.
Sí.
Yes.
but now they've got their own place.
Pero ahora ya tienen su propia casa.
Sí.
Yes.
And is your son,
Y su hijo.
well, tell the judge
Bueno,
about your
díganle,
son.
pues, acerca
Briefly,
de
is he
su
good
hijo.
character? Is he
Brevemente,
is he
es una
honest?
persona
Is he-
buena, es honesto.
Pues mi hijo es una persona muy trabajadora, de muy buen corazón,
Well, my son is a very hardworking man with good heart,
y pues yo lo siento porque él quebró provecho,
and I am sorry that he violated his probation.
pero es muy trabajador y muy honesto.
But he's a hardworking, very hardworking
Y muy
and
buen
very
corazón.
honest,
Tiene muy buen corazón.
and he has a very good heart.
And let's just take it up when he met his new, I call her gal pals, back in
Hablemos cuando conoció a su novia.
December of
En
2021.
diciembre del 2021.
Does he drink alcohol?
Él tomó.
No,
No.
Does he do drugs?
Él
No.
consume drogas. No.
Pass the witness.
Paso testigo.
Does your son own a cell phone?
Su hijo tiene celular.
sí,
Yes.
Has he owned a cell phone while he's been on probation?
Él ya tiene un celular mientras él estaba en libertad supervisada o probation.
sí, el celular, sí. Ajá.
Yes.
So
Yes,
he-
his cell phone.
So he could have reported to probation.
Entonces él se pudo haber reportado a la oficina de libertad.
Pero hubo un tiempo que no traía también teléfono.
But there was a time also that he didn't have a phone.
But he was aware that he was on
Pero
probation,
él sabía que estaba en libertad
Sí.
supervisada. Yes.
so he could have still reported.
Él pudo haberse reportado.
Pues sí, ¿qué le puedo decir?
Well, what can I tell you? Yes.
Nothing else with the state.
No tengo nada.
No, no further questions of this witness.
All right, thank you so much for coming in.
Ahora puedes sentar.
Looping and Des?
Uh,
Don't need to.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
are no more need for an interpreter?
Correct.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Do you need me to sign anything?
No, Judge.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Come on.
Good morning. Well,
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Yeah. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Guadalupe Mendez? Yes.
February 21, I think that's when you first met Carlos, is that correct?
Yes.
And y'all pretty much been living together since then?
Yes.
And you are on SSI because of your learning disability, is that correct?
Yes.
But you know that there's right and wrong,
Yes.
and you're gonna tell the truth.
Yes.
With respect to Carlos, since you've known him since December of 2021, does he drink alcohol?
No, he does not.
Has he taken any illegal drugs?
No, he does not.
Now, with respect to his knee injury, it's called an ACL. He had to go to the hospital
Yes.
and he was off work for a while and got workers' compensation, and you brought me those papers, correct?
Correct.
And then he went back to work when he was allowed to go back to work.
Correct.
And he's pretty much worked 40 hours a week, except when his knee went out again, and I think it was 2022, 2023, I'm not real sure. But you remember when his knee went out the second time,
Correct.
and he was off work again,
Yes.
but that time, not too long, like a week or so.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Correct. I'm sorry.
All right. And you brought me a bunch of papers, which I asked you to bring me. Are these true?
Yes.
And that shows not all of his pay, but in the hours that he worked, over 40 hours a week, different places of employment.
Correct.
And also he had some appointments he had to make. Did he make those appointments?
Yes, he did.
And that was in 2023, medical appointments for his knee and medical clinic work status. He had finally got approved to go back to work, right?
Yes.
And the last one of these papers is residential lease agreement, which I'll sign on October 1st of 2023. All you could find was the first page, is that correct?
Correct.
It's 5 pages. We offer those in evidence to show that he's been working.
No objection from the state.
All right, that's just for the courts to review, or are
Yeah.
you offering those into
And
evidence?
you can just look at them.
Okay.
Will you tell Judge Boyd a little bit about Carlos?
Yes. Well, Carlos is a good person now. I mean, the mistakes that he did, I mean, he was by himself, so. And I'm here to guide him to the right path, make sure he does what he's supposed to. So he won't be back here again.
And you know, he's without a doubt supposed to report to probation. When he's told to report, he's supposed to report.
Yes.
I got the records back and I'll give them back to you. Thank you very much for bringing them. Anything else you want the judge to know about Carlos?
He's just a good man. He's a hardworking man. He comes home once he's out of work. And I just want to make sure that he's on a good path and not come back in here again.
And he hasn't picked up any criminal case and been arrested.
He hasn't got into trouble.
All right, and we passed the witness.
Were you aware that he was on probation?
No, I wasn't.
So he never mentioned any of that to you?
No.
So would it surprise you, because you guys got together in December of 2021?
Yes.
Would it surprise you that that's when he started missing appointments to take drug tests?
But on that time, I wasn't like, I was coming in and out of his life. I was staying with him, but I wasn't like living there for my stuff and everything at that time. But I wasn't,
So during this time, did he own a cell phone?
no, he didn't have a cell phone and he would try to use mine. But, again, like, I didn't know he had a call for probation and stuff.
Nothing to say, Judge.
All right.
I have a feeling you'd making the call now, right?
Yes,
All right.
yes. Now, I will make sure he goes back on his, how what he's supposed to do, so he won't end up in here again.
Ask the witness.
No.
All right, thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you.
We call Carlos.
All right. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Carlos Ricardo Arroyo.
All right, defense.
Carlos, you were, since you've been on probation, working pretty much full time. When I say pretty much, you did have twice when your right knee ACL gave out, you had to go have that taken care of. You're out for a while. But other than that, you've been working, right?
Yes, I have.
And the last time you lost a job is one of these temporary jobs that you gave the, as I understand, the work permit off excuse to the, whatever they call the people that hire you, but they
Yeah.
didn't give it to your employer.
Yes, I gave him the, why I was out and everything. I told him why exactly I couldn't walk for a whole week. I told him I went to my doctors. I got doctor's excuse. They still said, well, we'll see later on. We can keep your call, but we're not too sure because you missed a whole week.
Okay, other than that, you've been working 44 plus hours a week, right?
Yes,
And like, since you met Lupe in December of 2021, have you had any alcohol?
no,
Have you had any illegal drugs?
no.
And why did you not report?
To be honest, I was just scared. I was young, I was stupid. You know, I didn't have what I have now. I didn't know what I could lose doing all this, like, and I didn't think about the future, how it would affect me. And now I regret that decision. I was stupid, I was young, I could tell me. I wasn't thinking right as I am right now, like I got a lot to lose right now. I got a lot.
Well, you understand that hopefully without a doubt now, you're supposed to report.
Yes, I do.
And if you cannot report in person, if you're supposed to report in person, you pick up the phone and call,
Yes,
but you must report. Do you understand that?
I understand it.
And if the judge, we're asking that she extend your probation. If she does do that, we're asking that she allow you to report and you will report. Is that correct?
That's correct. I would do my best. Everything is to go to report and everything I should do, get back on the right path. I wouldn't mess this up again. It's something that
And when you were stopped, you hadn't broken the law. They just read your driver's license, your automobile license plate popped up as a warrant.
that's correct.
And this is a badge that you wear at your current place of employment.
Yes.
And you basically the type of job that you're doing now for Toyota. But there's not Toyota, it's one of their subsidiaries that does the work for them, whatever you call it. What do you do?
I do the transmission for the trucks, for the hybrids, for the Toyotas. Pretty much all I do is just set up all the little parts into place for the transmission and then send it off to the next person just to finish it off. And that's pretty much it. That's all I do.
And if you understand, if you miss a part, transmission won't work.
Yes,
And you understand if you miss reporting, probation doesn't work.
I understand it.
You're asking the judge for forgiveness.
Asking her for a second chance and forgiveness. You know, I'm sorry for what I did when I was young. Right now, like I said, I'm grown and I wish I never had done that. What I did, it was stupid of me.
And pass the witness.
So were you aware that leading up to when you began to stop reporting when you were testing positive for drugs?
I was in a tight position. I was struggling with a lot of stuff back then.
So again, I'm asking for a yes or no. Were you aware that you were testing positive for drugs before you started failing to come in?
Yes,
Okay. And you haven't been submitted to drug testing in almost 2 years. Is that correct?
only when I go to my job interviews, I do drug tests. That's it. But no, I haven't. In over 2 years, I haven't done drug tests.
So there's no way for the court to verify whether or not you have abstained from those drugs. Is that correct?
Yes,
And you would agree with me that the easiest thing that you could have done is pick up the phone and call probation.
yes. But like I said, I was scared at the same time. Like I didn't have the people that I had now in my life.
But at the same time, it's you who's on probation, not
That's
with
true.
other people. Is that correct?
That's true.
Nothing but to say.
And was it a matter of, I think you told me you were told by the probation officer you had to pay money.
I had to pay at least the patch and the monthly payment. If not, like they will revoke my probation and they'll send me off to wherever I was supposed to go off to.
And you didn't have the money.
I didn't have the money because I wasn't working at the time. I was struggling with money. Like I said, I'm sorry, I can't say nothing else than that. I was just struggling with the money, and that's why I was scared to go back to probation.
All right. Again, a pass.
Where were you supposed to be sent off to?
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Nothing but to say.
I'm sorry, I did not hear that last
I
question.
said, where were you supposed to be sent off to?
Oh, get revoked. Adios.
Well, I mean, you're not the witness.
I know.
All right. So I have a couple of questions. How old are you?
I'm 28 already.
All right, so you're 28. So when you were placed on this probation, how old were you?
I want to say early 20s, like 22, 21.
All right, so why were you not reporting?
I didn't have the money to report anymore. I didn't have the job to do anything. My phone wasn't even on. I was struggling just to get a hold to my probation officer, John Barfield. I still remember his name.
No, because in this court, I always tell everybody, if you have an issue with probation and you feel like they're not addressing it, you can come to court. So why were you not reporting?
I didn't know how I could come and address to you or ask for help.
I say that all the time. I always tell people who are placed on probation, you're on probation. I want you to be successful at it. If there are some issues with probation, you can always come back to court and we're always here. Everybody can tell you we're always here.
I'm sorry, like I said, I was young. I still did. I didn't. I was still
Probation,
understood.
what are you recommending?
Your Honor, the recommendation would be for an extension for 2 years, extension to status or revocation.
All right.
And I don't think you need SATA. Back then, that was written in 2022, Your Honor.
All right. And if you could do a trial court certification for me, please, because I don't have that in the
Got it
file.
here. I just need to fill it out.
All right. If you all will fill that out.
Thank you.
And I'll fill in the name and I can fill in the cause number.
Okay.
What are you asking for?
For a reinstatement.
All right, well, probation is saying that they will continue you, but you have to go on inpatient treatment.
What exactly is inpatient treatment?
That's where you stay in custody and you're transferred to a facility that will help address your drug issues.
I'll be willing to do that.
Okay.
You need to sign
Your
this
Honor,
and not a pre-part.
I would ask that before we make a firm decision on SAT if we can do a TAP evaluation and see where he is.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
And state, what are you requesting?
I was just gonna ask for a year in the state jail, Your Honor.
And I'm not sure what to check because it's not appropriate.
Because I'm the person who checks.
Oh,
Defense attorneys are always checking the boxes on that as though defense attorneys are determining whether or not someone has a right to appeal. But that's me to make that determination. All right. All right, Mr. Rojo,
Yes,
I don't think you're a good candidate to be continued on probation. I know probation is saying revocation or eat a SAT. Nobody knows where you've been. I don't know why it is that sometimes people think that being on probation, you can still do what you want to do. Have you completed anything on probation?
I completed the classes,
What classes?
the ones that you had set me up on, the child classes.
So you completed parenting classes, which means you have children.
do you have
And-
children?
Yes, one in Mexico.
Yes, he does. That's why I ordered parenting classes. And I had here, there was supposed to be restitution to Guadalupe San Miguel. And if you were to turn out positive on the patch, that you were go to SATA. So. What is his criminal history?
That one case?
Just this?
Yes.
Is this the only thing you have? Nothing else?
That's it.
Right. All right. I can deny the motion of alternate conditions that include a TAP evaluation and follow the TAP recommendations, or either I can revoke you and I'll sentence you to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Which do you prefer?
Which one was the first one?
The first one is deny the motion, alternate conditions. You'll remain in the custody of the sheriff's department until the TAP evaluation.
Where
What is the time on the TAP evaluation? Yes, it'll be 1 to 2 weeks. TAP evaluation is basically a resume to see what your drug of choice is and if you have a drug issue. If they determine that inpatient treatment is right for you, you will not be released from custody. You will go straight to the inpatient treatment facility.
Take it down. I took that one down,
Okay, the treatment.
the treatment.
All right, the court will find 18 true, deny the motion, alternate conditions to include a TAP evaluation in custody and to follow all TAP recommendations. Extend for 1 year. And we can do a referral to felony drug court. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, just,
I've said it again. I'm gonna say it. I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. If there's an issue with probation and you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come to the court. Do you understand?
yes, and how would I be able to do that if I?
Oh, just walk in the door?
Should I could just come over here and talk to you in person?
Yes,
Okay, that sounds right. Thank you.
except if it's a holiday, we're closed and we're not here on Saturday and Sundays.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
all right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sean.
You're
Have
welcome.
a great evening.
All right, you too.
Be excused.
Yes, thank you. All right, Shannon. Yes, Are you all ready on Mr. Wilson?
We are, yes.
Okay.
We don't have any opposition.
Oh, okay. All right, so state on this one, probation says they don't have any, and it's, probation, is this to remove GPS or tracking? State, do you have any objections to the removal of GPS on Mr. Wilson?
No, Judge, I know we put this one, just so you're aware, and I know you remember from last time, but he's still pending a DWI. Second, I don't, that's not his attorney's fault. I asked the misdemeanor prosecutors to plead that out when they can. They're still waiting on the labs from the DPS lab on that, so just wanted to make the court aware that that is still out there. But I don't have an objection.
Okay. All right, is there anything else? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who's here on Arturo Lopez? Thank you. Oh, and Mr. Locke?
Sure.
They've been reaching out to get proof of your client's ignition interlock. And so my understanding, they called you?
They called me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll make sure that he gets that over to them.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 8286, State of Texas versus Arturo Lopez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Hank Wilkins to the state, Your Honor.
defense?
Anthony Cantrell for the defendant.
All right, on Arturo Lopez, I don't have the steps. That's okay.
Oh,
No problem.
Putting them out.
No problem. And are you Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review that with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Lopez, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Lopez, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
All right, did you understand you're charged with failure to stop and render aid in a moving vehicle? This is one of those hybrid cases. So the range of punishment is not more than 5 years in the prison and a fine not to exceed $5,000. Did you understand? All right, you're going to need to speak up.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lopez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's $1,000 fine. State recommends community supervision. There's to be restitution, if any, to Riley, Riley, Cooper, Tarno, Tarnow, the VIP live panel, DWI intervention, ignition interlock for half the term. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense?
It is, Your Honor, and he has paid restitution.
All right, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There has not.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 8 years, TAP evaluation, 200 hours community service restitution, and no contact with Riley Cooper Tarno. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objections.
Mr. Lopez, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence from witnesses' statements and, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will, defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of test. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. My client has paid full restitution to the victim in this case. My client reported the accident the very next day. He suffered a concussion in the accident. He, for whatever reason, he went straight to his place of business and I guess he probably passed out. There's no evidence of alcohol use, Your Honor, in this case. But he did not report it immediately like he should have. It did not state. But that being said, he's paid the full restitution in this case. Is sorry for his actions, and I have no doubt that he will satisfy his probation terms.
All right, state, do you have the documentation that restitution has been paid in full?
Yes, Your Honor, that has been provided to me by defense. I didn't put it in the steps. I do put restitution in paperwork just in case a probation had an opportunity to reach out to the complaining witness. But when Rose, our victim advocate, spoke to the complaining witness, he said the complaining witness's father told Rose that restitution had been paid through the insurance claim judge.
All right, make sure that probation has a copy of that.
Right here, Your Honor.
All right. I saw that you own your own company.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so what do you do in your spare time?
Family.
All right, court, as previously stated, is finding you guilty. Sentence you to 5 years in prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's $1,000 fine that will be probated. VIP, live, DWI intervention, ignition interlock for half the term. Restitution has been, the court will note that restitution has been paid in full. There's to be no contact with Raleigh, Cooper, Turner. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. 200 hours of community service restitution. You can do the service, the community service, or either you can pay $7.25 per hour to pay that off. I always suggest the food bank to people because there's always a shortage. But if there's another charity that's listed as an approved charity, you can pay it towards that charity as well. Field visits. One time per month. For 2 months. If there are no issues, then it will be at probation's discretion. TAP evaluation. If the results are that he is to be in inpatient treatment, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment. If it is for only outpatient treatment, if that's what the results are, we'll start with supportive outpatient treatment. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Thank you. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Anything else he needs, probation? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, I'm sure you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
I understand what a weapon and ammunition.
All right. All right, we can go off the record. If you have an issue with probation, you can always come to the court. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's here on Vicente Navarrete?
He just, maybe don't consider it.
Ah,
That's the one with Carl, for example.
oh, yes, thank you. And I asked you to give me this reset form, okay? All right, so the other people we have left on the docket. Glenn Payne with Crystal Cherry.
This Cherry's up here. I've been trying to get a hold of him, Judge.
All right, let me see that file, please. And then we have, no, we need Jeremy, we need that too. And then we need. Andrew Arnett.
He showed us, Judge.
All right, could I see the file?
Yeah, it's just a moment. Arnett?
Okay. And Miss Cherry, just give us a moment. We're gonna see if your attorney's in the building, okay? Deputy Laura, could you mute us for a moment?
time to talk to her.
You said put it for Tuesday?
Unless we have the Arctic snowstorm, ice storm.
It's not gonna happen. Thank you.
That is not wishful thinking, okay?
All right, Mr. Brown, if you come down. All right, we're gonna recall this back for the 16th for jury trial, okay? All right, is there anything else?
Nope.
All right, we'll see you all then. Thank you.
Just have a seat.
And then we just have two more cases.
Mr. DeLeon, second to 144th, Judge, before you just send me a text message, send him on his way when he's done.
All right, thank you. You're all asking for, because today was his plea deadline date.
Was it? I'm gonna ask for just 2 weeks, Judge.
All
If that's
right.
possible.
So Mr. Arnett, if you come forward. My computer is working very slow. So. You want to reset this for the 29th?
Leap year?
Yeah.
We can do that, Judge, yes.
All right, so we're going to reset this for the 29th. Deputy Laura, could you hand me a reset form? All right, and once you all sign that, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Come on. Judge.
And then we're going to go ahead and take up Mr. Jeremy Joseph Duke. Court is going to call 2022 CR 3839, State of Texas versus Jeremy Joseph Duke. Can I have the state announced, please?
Yes, ma'am. Hank Wilkins for the city.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 3:16 p.m. The defendant has not made an appearance in the courtroom. Deputy Laura?
I did make an announcement in the morning and again in the afternoon. It's not a problem.
All right, state.
Your Honor, state asked for a bond forfeiture.
All right, that'll be granted. He'll be remanded without bond. If he makes an appearance, the court will reconsider. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Calendar. My request to the court would be an opportunity to recall him tomorrow. I know I could bring him in. He's actually the son of a family friend, so.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. On this case, state
Yes, ma'am.
defense counsel is saying that he wasn't aware of this setting and his client wasn't aware.
Okay.
And he's asking for the bond forfeiture to be recalled. Are you going to have any objections to that?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, this needs to come back on the 16th. Okay. All right, thank you. Oh, he's not in custody. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Hold on.
Dinah, you ready? All right, court is going to call 2022 CR 6941, State of Texas versus Crystal Colleen Cherry. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Thank you. Welcome to the state, Your Honor.
defense?
Robert Porter from Ms. Chair.
And are you Miss Cherry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Porter, you were appointed recently to represent her. Have you had ample time to speak with her and confer?
I have it.
All right, and are you waiving your notice?
I have it.
Ms. Cherry, I'm going to show you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you understand it?
yes,
Are you the same Crystal Colleen Cherry who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 6941 for the offense of assault on a public servant on January 30th, 2023 for a period of 2 years?
yes, ma'am.
Right, state?
Violated condition number 4, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Crystal Colleen Cherry did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of August and September 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
And Your Honor, we waive the other violations alleged in the motion.
Any objections?
No objection.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. We're asking that you deny the motion, continue the defendant on probation, alter and amend the conditions for weekly reporting for 1 month, dual diagnosis the dual diagnosis outpatient program, and then the access program.
It's going to be a referral to the access.
Okay. All right, is that the proposed agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Ms. Cherry, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Crystal Colleen Cherry.
All right, do you have support
Yes.
outside? And who would that be? Is it relatives or
I have friends.
friends? All right, and who would you be staying with if you were released?
I'll stay with my friend Brian Bruce. He lives right up the street, North Frio Street.
All right, do you have any family members?
I do. I don't stay with my dad because he's getting a little bit older and I'm he just say the wild child of the whole family.
Okay,
And nobody understands what I go through.
okay. So,
Sorry.
oh, no
I
problem.
go through a lot. This month is with my mom's passing. I started taking her.
All right,
Yesterday was her passing 2011, so I take it hard. And then I don't have my kid.
all right, so where are your children? Where are your children?
My family doesn't let me see my kid.
All right, how many children do you have and what are their ages?
I have a 14-year-old. She's with my godmother, who's my mom's best friend, but she won't let me see her.
Okay, so you just have one child?
I have 3.
All right, so what are
And
the,
then my middle child, my grandparents' girlfriend lied to the state, saying I never took care of my child when I was there.
okay,
And the youngest, they terminated my rights.
okay. All right. So are you receiving any type of SSI?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I understand the wanting of the weekly reporting, and that's so that we can make sure that she's on track. But, and I don't have a place for her to stay, but I'm a little bit concerned about this person who lives up the street. She really needs a stable place. Council, they do have the community court, which is next door. And I think they'll be able to help her with housing because she probably needs to be in a place where she has a case manager and everything. And I know that you have a case manager.
I have true mental health. They've been helping me. I've been with them almost ever since my mom passed away.
All right. So I'm gonna need you to make sure you give those names to
I have
probation.
different caseworkers, but I do have like total 7 case managements.
All right, and we're gonna make sure that counsel, I'll need her to sign a release, at least probation will, and I'll pull that up to give to you.
And I was with them before they arrested me.
With case managers.
Yes, when I was seeing them and they came to my friend's house, my friends told me that they came to my house when they just found out I got arrested.
All right, and can you make sure that goes to Mr. Porter? All right, so have you been receiving your medications at the jail?
They're not the medications I need to be on. I have different medications. I have back problems and.
But at the jail, have they given you any medications for mental health?
Yes, they have.
All right. So this is what the court is going to order. We're going to do weekly reporting by Zoom or in person. And that weekly reporting will continue until she is in the access program. And counsel, if you're able to provide probation with her case managers, then I'll reconsider that. But I just want to make sure that there's someone that she can go to and all these services can be set up through them. And you all said dual outpatient treatment? Dual diagnosis outpatient treatment? Is it dual diagnosis outpatient treatment through access? Okay. So there'll be dual diagnosis through probation. And I don't believe anger management was previously ordered, so I'm going to ask for anger management. And field visits 1 time per month until she's in the access program. And will that cover as far as her being on the mental caseload, Ms. Abrams?
So if she is already going through the Center for Healthcare Services, we need to confirm that because she's already going through the Center for Healthcare Services. They'll deny the access program. So do we know for where?
I don't believe we have documentation of that.
Referral now. Caseload just in case.
Sure.
I'm looking like.
All right, we'll do compliance with Center for Healthcare Services. I'll put that in there just in case she is with them. And then I'll do a MIC evaluation, and that can be out of custody.
Evaluation, Judge. I just want to stays on.
All right, I'll put on the mental impairment caseload. Mental impairment caseload.
Your Honor, can I have that document, copy of the police?
Yes, your attorney will be able to get that to you. What will end up happening is all the conditions that I'm giving you,
Yes,
probation is writing them down, and we'll make sure that you have a copy of that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Probation, is there anything else? Anything else from either side?
Jump from the fence.
All right, Ms. Cherry, is there anything else you need from the court? All right, we can go off the record. You're gonna have to make sure that you stay in contact with probation. If for any reason you have an issue with probation or you don't remember, did I report, did I not report? Just come back to this specific courtroom.
Yes, ma'am.
All right? All right, you're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Porter. And we will be back on Tuesday. And Norma, I will be marching on Monday unless the conditions, they tell us no marching. I know it's gonna be freezing, but I have a sweatshirt, sweatshirt. I'll wear